Welcome back, guys. We're doing part 2 of What Makes a House a Home with Pettigrew Adventures. If you missed part 1, get over and see it on our IGTV, where Morgan talks all about Brooksy's house, her latest Airbnb, and why it's so special, who was Brooksy, and all of the details behind the home. Today, we're diving in more with Morgan to talk about character. If you know anything about Pettigrew Adventures, you know there's no shortage of character with all their fabulous decor. So let's dive right in. Thanks, guys. Enjoy.
Character to me, it can be anything. So like my house that I just purchased, I walked in and there in her dining room was this full mirrored wall, which is like, to some people tacky. Some people were like, please tell me you're getting rid of the mirrored wall. And I was like, I'm keeping the mirrored wall because my grandmother's dining room had a mirrored wall, and I remember that, and so
it holds special meaning.
Yes, it meant something to me. So by character, like character doesn't have to translate to any, to everybody. To me, like my house is for me. Of course, I want it to look nice when people come, and I want you to love my house. But you live in your house. That's the way I think of a house. Like this is where you're going to spend most of your time. It's at work and at home, and you have to make your house your home, and you have to feel safe there and feel comfortable. And character, again, it can just be anything, just something that speaks to you. So even though like in the Airbnb world, I'm still looking for something that speaks to me. And like, for example, in this house, in one of the closets, I opened it and there was a little like inscription from like, I think it was like 2010, but it said like, joy is the meaning of life or something. And somebody had like pinned that in their closet. And I was like, somebody that like loved life was living here, and like I could feel that when I walked in. For me, which not everyone loves wallpaper, I understand, but one of the
I love it.
Me too. It's here to stay. People will be like, "Oh, is wallpaper coming back?" I'm like, "It never left."
Yes, it never left. It's just like what kind of
what type of wallpaper. But for me, one of the ways that you can bring character into a home are the 3 things I pick first would be wallpaper or paint colors. Like, how are you what's the vibe, Then lighting, because for me, a lot of people don't want to spend money on lighting, but I'm like, lighting
can make or break.
It makes or break a house. Also, like, no one's gonna break your light. Now, if you have small children, you can't put like a glass figurine or something really expensive on your surfaces, but you could invest in your lighting, which nobody's gonna break. And I also, side note, when you're doing Airbnbs, you'll notice that like nothing has a glass top, everything is like child-proof, baby-proof, drunk people-proof, like everything proof. And so I try to find ways. So a lot of times when you're buying things that are all those things proof, you don't spend as much money. And you don't want the place to look cheap. So to me, lighting, I mean, like that's the place. Probably even before quarantine, but especially during quarantine. I think, when you are quarantined, you're at home. And I think it shone a light a little bit on like how some people just don't take their home as seriously as they should, and it's because we don't slow down enough to even realize like, I need a more functional bathroom, so we should renovate. A lot of people that know so much about how to make a house a home don't ever spend time taking care of their home. And I think that the trend that we're seeing is because people are spending time in their home. They're realizing
to kind of slow down a little bit more.
You're realizing the value, and then it doesn't even have to be about a perfectly curated home. It's just what makes you feel good. I know that like my home is curated for me. There's people that walk in and they're like, I hate your kitchen because it's loud and fun, and I'm like, that's great, I love it.
It gives me energy every day.
When I'm washing these dishes and I'm looking around at like the butterfly wallpaper, it makes me happy, and that's the point of a home. You're supposed to feel good when you're there. So I do think that that's a huge trend. And I hope it stays, and I hope people slow down enough, to like use your formal sitting dining area and have a family dinner and like bring like the home back. I think that's important. Pretty much anything that you need about Pettigrew Adventures is on Instagram. We share content every single day of our spaces, as well as inspirational things on our stories of other accounts we think you should follow. But if you are interested in Pettigrew Adventures, that is our name. It's at Pettigrew/Adventures.
We'll tag
and
them.
Tag us.
Yep.
And in the link in our bio, we have everything that you need to know. We've got a guidebook of things you want to do in Memphis, kind of broken down by activities, cuisines, you know, for like what's the best barbecue, and check what we think there. We also have a blog where we share do-it-yourself stuff. We also have our actual Airbnb link, which we always direct people to look there, but it actually supports our business better if you just book directly with us, and we cut out those Airbnb fees. It helps the person booking and it helps us. And we are working on a website, which will also be there soon, where you'll be able to book directly on that. So we've got a lot of things, but Instagram is the place to find us.
Go to their profile.